It's 11 p.m. You're in bed, scrolling your feed when you see it. A friend's promotion, a stranger's flawless vacation, or a 20-year-old millionaire. Immediately, a familiar sinking feeling hits your chest, as if you are falling behind in life. Witnessing another person's achievement can register in the brain as a personal failure. You aren't losing anything when they succeed, yet the psychological pain remains. In 1954, psychologist Leon Festinger outlined the mechanics of this response in his social comparison theory. He found that human beings possess a relentless, innate drive to evaluate their own abilities. We cannot measure our self-worth in a vacuum. To determine if we are smart, successful, or capable, our brains require a social baseline. We look to others to define who we are. For hundreds of thousands of years, the entire scope of human life was restricted to a nomadic tribe of roughly 100 people. In that environment, upward social comparison, measuring yourself against those doing better, was a vital survival tool. Identifying the most skilled hunter or the most efficient gatherer provided a target to emulate. The psychological pressure to match their abilities kept individuals fed, protected, and relevant to the group. That late-night anxiety is the output of an ancient biological radar, specifically calibrated to keep you alive within a small local tribe. We are navigating the modern world with that same tribal brain circuitry, but the environment has scaled to include the entire planet. Psychologists refer to our local focus as target immediacy. It drives the big fish, little pond effect, where self-esteem relies on how we rank within a small, immediate group. A Stanford University study across multiple countries confirmed that placing students into high-achieving environments can lower their academic confidence. Being the little fish in a pond of high achievers creates a negative self-concept, regardless of the student's actual talent. If you are the top student in your class, your brain registers high status. You feel secure winning your local cond. But the internet removes local boundaries, dropping your data point into a global scatterplot where your relative rank instantly plummets. You are no longer comparing yourself to the most capable person in your village. You are measuring your worth against the curated top 0.01% of the world. A meta-analysis of over 60 years of psychological research reveals that the dominant human reaction to seeing a superior peer is self-deflation. This chart from the meta-analysis maps that reaction. Look at the upward comparison quadrant. The downward arrow labeled contrast shows that when you compare yourself to someone better off, your self-evaluation drops below your original baseline. Social media algorithms optimize for attention by surfacing these impossible highlight reels. They prioritize content that triggers this ancient upward comparison mechanism. This constant exposure creates a feedback loop linked to clinical spikes in anxiety and depression. Modern studies show that maladaptive social comparison is a primary driver of decreased self-esteem. Digital platforms utilize an ancient biological safety mechanism to drive engagement, often at the cost of the user's psychological health. It is a common logical fallacy to believe that acquiring the right job, body, or wealth will stop the pain of comparison. Research on hedonic adaptation and Festinger's unidirectional drive upward shows that the finish line constantly moves. As your performance improves, your standards shift even higher. You climb to the top of your tier, but the graph's scale expands, dropping you to the bottom of a new bracket. Success buys entry to a more competitive pond, where new peers make you feel inadequate all over again. In an infinite digital environment, a superior target will always exist on your screen. The game is mathematically and psychologically impossible to win. You cannot out-achieve a system designed to always show you someone more successful. Defense begins with awareness. By recognizing the evolutionary glitch in your brain, you can choose to stop playing the game. The next time you feel behind in life, ask yourself, are you failing your own goals or just losing to a stranger's algorithmic highlight reel?